Let me do this. Where's it at? There it is. Welcome back to another episode of Fan Talk. My name is Paul Jr. and I'm here with Franchise. You fine if I call you Franchise?
Yeah, you're good. You can call
Franchise,
me just Franchise.
The long Caleb Williams stan. So, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk about my Bears for once. It's been a long time since I could say that.
Yep. Obviously, we gotta talk about first Caleb Williams. Will he save Chicago? Is one thing I want to ask.
Well, in my opinion, I'm not to over exaggerate, but he's actually the greatest football player of all time, and he's basically our savior.
Okay.
And if this blows up and if this fails, it's gonna blow up in my face so hard. But I am very excited. Definitely reports from, obviously we all saw his tape at USC in Oklahoma, one of the best QB prospects I've seen since Andrew Luck. And I guess so far from reports of training camp and OTAs, I do understand it's just padless practices. He seems to be doing pretty good, developing. It's nice. So I think if this all works out, then we could at least have a few Super Bowls in our lifetime.
You're going with Super Bowls. You think the Bears are going to win Super Bowl with Caleb Williams?
Well, I didn't say this year or next year, but potentially soon. I know this year I'm just hoping for maybe make a wild card. I know we're not we play in a pretty stacked division, but I am going Super Bowls, at least like a few of them.
I do want to ask, since last year, the NFC North, it kind of feels like that everyone's gotten better, maybe besides the Vikings with their situation.
Well, they do have Justin Jefferson, which is
that's true.
That is very hard, but Kirk Cousins, they were doing pretty good with him before he got injured. Mm-hmm. But I do think that JJ McCarthy is just not going to be it. I do not think he is going to be it.
They also got Sam Darnold.
Is that supposed to impress me? Because that does not. It's Sam Darnold. He's basically there to play for the first few weeks until they get JJ McCarthy in there.
Yeah.
But I do think everyone in the division did get better, but the Vikings may have gotten a bit better, but like by getting Dallas Turner, but not by much. They're definitely the weakest right now.
Yeah. Honestly, with my whole stance on Chicago, I would love them to succeed. Every year, I feel like it's like, all right, will this be the year Chicago does something that ends up in the Bears fan base being sad all the time? Do you think that's going to be like this year, or do you are we either going to have a sad season, or it's like, all right, this season is going to be pretty decent?
Well, I mean, as a lifetime Bears fan, I can say every season is pretty sad, but in some way. But I don't even expect to make the playoffs. I just want Caleb Williams to prove he's the guy. So I think it may look like a sad season, but knowing how young this team is and how good it is, or how good it's going to be in the future, especially with all the young guys. And if Caleb performs well, then I think it's definitely going to be maybe a not so sad season compared to the last few, but at least hopeful. That's what I'd go for this season. I want it to be hopeful.
Look at you guys just get. Are these the preseason? No.
Our week 1 games against the Titans, so start there.
Honestly, that's probably a dub. Tennessee's kind of if. Oh, but they got Tyler Boyd. So before we went live, we were talking about Romeo Duze. Wait, was that the person you wanted the Bears to pick at number 9, or did you want someone else?
Literally, since I first saw him play last year, in those Washington games I watched, I was praying that he'd end up on the Bears. I was just praying, and then obviously when the Falcons screwed up and took Michael Penix, then I was ecstatic. I was jumping up and down. So he was my draft crutch since the beginning.
I know for the first couple months, obviously, or at 2 years at this point, Caleb Williams was the overall number 1 pick. Whoever was going to get him. Were you a stand for him when he was in USC? What year And also, or was he whenever he came to Chicago? It's like, all right, gotta become a stand fan.
Well, I was not exactly a stand for him. I liked how he played, but at that point we had Justin Fields, who was still young, so I
Yeah.
thought he was the future. But as this season went on, and I realized that we might have to switch at quarterback,
Yeah.
I started looking at him more and realizing this dude is incredible. Just and then obviously we all know what happened. They when he cried and everyone made all that
Yeah.
stuff about he's a diva, which turned out to be
Mhm.
completely untrue. But I was always on his side. I realized by the end of the season that Justin Fields was gone, so that's when I really dove into the whole Stan thing. Like started standing him, to say it simply.
I honestly thought Justin Fields was going to be the QB for Chicago forever. I love his gameplay. I loved watching him on the field. I never thought he would leave Chicago, but Chicago does Chicago things.
The problem is we definitely screwed up a bit, but also
Yeah.
his highlight plays make you seem like he's a top 10 quarterback. But
Yeah.
when you watch him, reality, he misses open reads. And I'm not saying the Bears aren't partially at fault here.
Mhm.
I also understand that Justin Fields wasn't exactly the best quarterback, to say the least.
Yeah.
But it's when you watch him, you realize that he's just not. He was never the answer, unfortunately,
Yeah.
which sucked because I liked him too, but eventually you have to move on.
Yeah.
Best
And
way
now
to
he's on the Steelers. That's great.
Yeah, so good luck to Justin Fields, but at this point,
Oh, he left. Well, it's just me for right now until we get franchise back. So I do want to talk more about Chicago. Oh, there it is.
I'm sorry about that, everyone. Accidentally clicked off, but
All good. All good.
audio still connected.
Yep, audio still connected. We're all good.
So yeah, I get why people ask questions about Justin Fields, but at this point, good luck to him. But I'm basically just done talking about him.
You ready to move on? See what
Yeah,
the future Caleb Williams
it's like when Mitchell Trubisky was out of Chicago. Like, yeah, good luck to him, but I'm done talking.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I was looking at highlights of Caleb Williams. He's doing pretty good in training camp, or not training camp, OTAs.
Yeah, but then again, I do understand it's patless, so we'll have to see when because we do get an extra preseason game. I don't know how much he's gonna play because he already has been named the starter, so I don't know how much he's gonna want him in there.
Who else does Chicago have besides him? I don't know if the backup QB for first.
Tyson Badgett, the man who had a 4-game Lisanity run last year.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Who shockingly seemed to play better than Justin Fields, which I find really funny.
He had 859 yards, 3 tutties, and 6 interceptions.
Well, I mean, it looks bad, but he was an undrafted rookie.
That's true.
But he is pretty fun. I'm not even gonna lie. They'll probably show him a lot on Hard Knocks. But we also have Brett Rippey. We also have Brett Rippey in at QB3, which is, I guess, he's just that veteran presence. And then we signed Austin Reed, an undrafted guy. So we have 4 quarterbacks right now. I assume we're probably going to keep 2 on the active roster, and then for that whole Purdy rule about having a third guy, probably Ripien wins it as the third one. Because now since that Purdy rule, you have to have a third guy ready to play. So I don't have any insight into the Bears front office, but I gotta say I am excited for how this team is gonna go, especially for the future. A lot of young guys, a lot of talent. What can I say? I hope that this time it's different. We actually have a quarterback.
Well, what will be if Caleb doesn't pan out? Let's say in a doomsday scenario for Chicago, Caleb doesn't pan out like he is. What is the next move? Obviously, is it just repeat the cycle, get a college QB, do the same, or go for a veteran? Because I remember 2 years ago when I believe Mitch Trubisky was out, and then there was between the draft and free agency, there was talks that Chicago was going to get a veteran QB.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah,
it was an actual thing that was happening. Our Ryan Pace offered multiple picks and players, which Ryan Pace, you doomed this franchise for years. I do not like you. But that was going to happen. Thankfully, it didn't. But if he fails, I'm just gonna stop watching football. I'm gonna go watch water polo. I don't know.
Oh,
I guess that's the thing to figure out. Would figure out later. Maybe go for a veteran because honestly, I do think if Caleb Williams fails, Ryan Pace is gonna be fired.
oh
It's
yeah.
gonna be gone because this is kind of
I
his
thought
boy.
honestly, I thought he should have been fired. From is he the former director or is he current?
No, he's the current GM.
Oh, Google's telling me otherwise.
No,
Oh,
if you're thinking about Ryan Pace was the former guy.
oh
He
my
was
bad.
fired.
My
Ryan
bad.
Poles is the current GM, and I gotta say, he definitely made some mistakes, like the 32 pick for Chase Claypool, but I think he's a really good GM. He, especially considering he took over a roster that Pace left him with bad players,
Yeah.
bad contracts, aging veterans, horrible cap situation, and turned it into something big. How we went from trading Khalil Mack for like a second round pick to
Oh, I
trading a
remember that
fourth
day.
and trading a fourth for Keenan Allen. So it's definitely been a big improvement, to say the least.
I will never understand how or why Chicago gave. What was he went to the Raiders? Cleo Mack just.
No. We took him from. We traded
Oh my bad.
for
Yeah,
him
yeah, yeah.
from.
My bad.
It's because he had a. It's because the contract was going to kill us,
Yeah.
and we were not in a position to compete. So it needed to happen. It sucked, but stuff needed to happen.
Speaking of competing, we were talking about this before we went live. Your entire division got better besides Minnesota. Basically, I mean, would they have Justin Jefferson, but they really don't have a QB. Or we'll see how JJ McCarty is. Do you guys think that with Detroit being basically the favorite now, that seems like a wild thing to say in 2024 or in football history?
And just for Detroit itself.
No, not
Yeah.
for Detroit, not for Detroit. Or just like Detroit being like, all right, they're actually pretty decent.
They're
Obviously,
not
you
decent.
want.
They're really good.
Do you
Sorry.
think that is there a way that the Bears could like instead of just making the wild card, they could actually win the division this year, or is that it's like all right, that's way too much?
I personally think it's way too many expectations. Like
Okay.
even how good Caleb Williams could be, he's still a rookie, but it definitely could happen. We have a lot of talent. I mean, especially our. I don't think it's a mystery that mainly our receiving core is really good.
No,
But I just think that realistically, maybe a wild card. Detroit is still really good, and we still have a rookie quarterback, so there's gonna be some learning pains. But I do think that there's definitely more than a 25% chance we'd win the division,
okay.
which I'd obviously really like, but I also understand. But I do think Detroit is gonna take it at the end. But I do think next year in 2025 we will win the division. I see no reason why not.
I want to talk about Nets. What's happening with like I don't know how like deep into like the Bears fan base or Bears like stadium situation you are in. What is going on with that? Obviously, Soldier Field's the current stadium, but haven't they been looking to move like for the last 2 years, 3?
Well, the idea we did release a render of it,
Okay.
which we're gonna stay in Chicago and tear down Soldier Field, but the problem is we're not getting funding for it.
Oh yeah.
And it's a whole situation, and I can't really blame the state considering we haven't exactly been winners, but eventually we will be moving out of Soldier Field. I hope at least in 10 years. That's all I can say. But I don't know much about the whole politics of it and all that.
Yeah.
But I do think the Bears want to stay in Chicago. But I don't know. I'm only saying what I know. So that's all.
That's all right. That's all
Sorry everybody watching this. I franchise on twitter.com do not know everything about the stadium situation.
That's all good. All good. I'm just watching the video now. It looks like honestly kind of what the myth between SoFi and then Lucas.
Well, the same people that build Allegiant Stadium were the ones that offered the design, which it looks good, but I just wonder if we're actually able to build it because I've been to Soldier Field many times. As much as I love the games there and the atmosphere, the stadium is not fit for a $1 billion franchise.
My bad.
I mean, there's a reason we can't host Super Bowls besides it obviously not being indoors in a Midwest city, but also it's just not big enough. Because we host concerts there, but just not.
Yeah.
I do think that if we get a dome stadium, the NFL is going to rush to put a Super Bowl in there.
Oh yeah.
because a Final Four, a national championship. I know Chicago. I know people make jokes. I know it seems like Chicago's the underdog city, but then I'm reminded that we're one of the largest cities in the world.
I get told, even though I don't live, I live in Illinois. I just live on the St. Louis side, or not in Missouri, St. Louis, Illinois. I still get told about how it's like Illinois is only known for Chicago. I'm like, yeah, that's either right.
Well, so many people seem to think it's still the capital city, which it is not.
It's not.
But it is. Yeah, it is basically known for. Oh, nice catch. Sorry, I'm also in the background watching the Cubs game.
You're all good. You're all good.
Anyway, yeah, we basically are known for Chicago in sports.
That's you going against the Cardinals? Oh no.
Okay, listen, there are rivals.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a Cardinals fan, so I just live in the area.
Good, but yeah, sorry, this is about football though. But yeah, it's basically Illinois is only known for Chicago in sports, and I can't even say college sports because I'm not an Illinois or Northwestern fan. Mm-hmm. Really, I don't even cheer for a college team in Illinois, but I do know that the teams aren't exactly good there. It's just professional sports.
University of Illinois is not that good at. I mean, their basketball team's pretty decent.
Yeah, well, thankfully, I had a grandmother who indoctrinated me into being a Georgia fan, so I didn't have to.
You live in life right now.
Yeah, but so what was I? I was saying something. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's. What were we talking about before I went off the rails?
No, you're all good. Oh, we were talking about the Chicago Stadium.
Oh yeah, that's I don't even know what we're gonna call it yet. But that's
Field 2.
Oh yeah, Soldier Field 2.
That's a great name.
I think if we don't want it to be sponsored, a cool stadium name could be Hallis Field or something. Ooh. Honor George Hallis.
Yeah.
Or if Caleb Williams wins Super Bowl, we can rename it to Poles Stadium. Build a statue of Ryan Poles outside.
I think one of the greatest names they could make is Trubisky Field.
Bisky Field.
Biscuit Field.
Yep, Biscuit Field. You know what? Let's name it Justin Fields Field.
Yeah.
Let's honor the 3 years that Justin Fields played for the Chicago Bears.
My bad.
Oh, no, I was done. Sorry.
Oh, good. While we were talking about the stadium, I just switching gears a bit. Oh, how have they not hosted a Super Bowl in Lambeau? I just think that Lambeau. Obviously, I'm talking about the Packers now, but I think Lambeau would be great for a Super Bowl. I know it would be freezing ass cold.
Wait, sorry. Could you repeat that? I didn't hear that.
My bad. Just want to talk about Midwest stadiums real fast. How have they not hosted a Super Bowl in Lambeau Field?
Because
I know it would be cold. I know it would be cold ass.
Because they tried that one time at MetLife Stadium, and it was the coldest Super Bowl in history, so they're not going to risk it. So that's why it's kind of they don't host a Super Bowl in Lambeau due to the fact that it would literally be freezing cold in the Midwest February. Trust me, and as somebody who lives in the upper part of the Midwest, it's not cold during December. It's cold during January and February.
Yeah.
That's when it's brutal. So that's why.
I would just love to see that. Anyway,
as much as I hate the Packers, I would too. Lambeau is historical, but also it's just not going to happen. The NFL could not risk turning away fans because it's super cold.
I mean, they didn't turn away fans when Kansas City hosted a negative 20-degree game.
Yeah, but that's the playoffs. They can't exactly
Oh, that's true.
But let's say a team from like the South makes it. If like two teams from the South make it. You really tell me those fans want to travel up to freezing cold Lambeau?
I would.
I know, but not everyone's hardcore. Not everyone's hardcore, but I know they are I think they're hosting a draft next year, though.
They are, yeah. The Nets draft is in Lambeau. I might go to that.
I have been to one of the Chicago drafts. It's a really cool experience. It was also the same draft that the Bears drafted everyone's favorite receiver, Kevin White. One of our many busts. But anyway, I forgot. I completely forgot what we were talking about.
You're good. We kind of went off the rails talking about something else. How deep are you in with the Bears fan base? Like, are you just following them on Twitter, or is that your life outside? the internet.
So deep, man. I basically know every single podcast we have, every single
Okay.
network, news station, every single broadcaster, and I also know the entirety of the Bears Twitter lore. This, if you
You
had
have a
been on Twitter,
lore?
well, if you'd been on Bears Twitter for any of this offseason, it was a civil
Hmm.
war between
Yeah.
Justin Fields and Caleb Williams that resulted in people being doxxed, people being attacked,
Oh no.
signs outside of Hallis Hall begging to keep Justin Fields, an entire petition to keep Justin Fields. It was insane.
I remember seeing that on. I remember seeing a clip of that on Twitter.
Yeah, that's not even scratching the surface. I am deep in the Bears fan base, and it was insane. Like the day Justin Fields got traded may have been both the happiest and the saddest day on Bears Twitter. So no, if you know anything about Bears Twitter, it was a massive civil war.
I do know. I remember like when the Bengal there was like this Bengals thing, Bengal civil war between do we want Jamar Chase or Panay Sewell? That was getting bad. I could even imagine with the Chicago Bears fan base.
People got
yeah,
doxxed.
that's way too much. That is way too much,
It
especially
even
for
spread
being on
outside
Twitter.
of. I swear, it even spread outside of Twitter. It was spreading into real life on Instagram, on Facebook, everything. Probably Snapchat. Who knows? YouTube somehow it was spread onto YouTube. It was the most insane few months, but eventually it
It's
ended.
over.
And then you had all the people who said that they would never cheer for Caleb Williams end up suddenly becoming their fans.
Yeah.
It was a very weird time. This offseason has been one of the worst time to be a Bears fan until they made the moves, like getting Keenan Allen. That part was great, but yes, if for all viewers, it was don't ever go that deep into a civil war on Twitter.
Twitter is a great place. It's not. It's not. It's bad.
No, Bears Twitter is somehow one of the. If you think Bears Twitter is bad, wait till you get to Bears Facebook. That's even worse.
No. I don't even want I haven't been on Facebook. Like I have a Facebook, I just don't go on it. I don't even want to go on any NFL fan base Facebook because I feel I've heard nothing but bad stuff on it.
Let's just say, besides the obvious racist stuff,
Yeah.
it's a bunch of old people who can't get past 1985, who are still trying to convince themselves that the Bears don't need a quarterback; they just need to have a strong running game. Because we still according to them, we still have Walter Payton back there. So yes,
I've heard
welcome.
some things about Bengals Facebook and all the shit that they post.
Ooh, nice hit talk. Sorry,
But
yeah, Facebook. Just nobody go on Facebook. It's a dead
no one go on Facebook. Twitter's bad. Just do not go on Facebook, guys.
Twitter is bad and owned by a terrible person, but Facebook is not much better. So anyway, I'm getting back.
All good. So, other than the Chicago Bears, do you follow any other Chicago sports? The Blackhawks?
Pretty much all the professionals.
Okay.
Besides the Red Stars or Fire, just because I'm not really into soccer. But the Cubs, Blackhawks, Bulls. Those are the big ones I follow. Anyone else I'm missing? Yeah, obviously outside of Chicago, I follow the Battlehawks and the UFL. But
we can talk about that.
Yeah, talk about that after this. But yeah, so basically, I follow besides the soccer teams, all the I also follow the Sky too. Basically, all the major sports teams in Chicago.
Now, are you really deep into are you just mainly deep in Chicago, like the Bears, or are you with all the teams? I'm
deep. I'm my number one team. I'm not a casual for any of them. I'm diehard. My number one team would be the Bears, then Cubs, then Blackhawks, then Sky, then the Bulls. Bulls are last just because I basically gave up on them a long time ago. Because why? It's bad. So yeah, that's the order of of how deep I am. Bears are number, and right now I'm super deep in the Cubs. The Cubs, obviously, with the season on. Which I gotta say, I am so lucky that I became a fan of the better Chicago baseball team.
Yeah, White Sox. Ooh, not having a good year.
But of course, leave it to the Cubs for their 2 games against them so far to have to be comebacks.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that night on like TikTok. Well, I forgot what happened, but Chicago got a 2-1 home run in the end, or
Yeah, it was
I can't
last year.
remember.
Christopher Morel hit a massive walk off. Because I mean, the Sox and Cubs do have the Crosstown Classic.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it even has a trophy for it that nobody cares about.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
So yeah, that's how deep I am into things. You know, can I actually talk about something about the Bears, our position
Go
group?
ahead. Go
What I
ahead.
think is the strongest one is definitely our it's got to be our receiver room. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
anyone's gonna disagree. I mean, DJ had and double play. Oh wait, no, only one. So yeah, obviously DJ had another great year last year. Should have another great one. Keenan Allen, man, only got him for a 4th-round pick too. And of course, I'm really excited to see Adunze, see what he's got this year. Even our tight ends, Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, even signing Mercedes
Mhm.
Lewis as tight end 3. I just think that would definitely be our strongest position wise.
Yeah.
And we just
I.
signed an, um, and we just
Oh, my
signed
bad.
another receiver too. I don't know if he'll make the roster, but DeAndre Carter, he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
yeah, probably just a camp body. But anyway, you were saying?
Honestly, I don't even know what I was gonna go on about. I'll be honest.
Uh,
That's all good. All good. Oh, Winter Classic tickets are on sale. Might have to go to that.
it's not at Wrigley Field.
No, it's at. I think it's at Soldier Field.
Oh wait, hold on. I swear.
No, no, it's at Wrigley.
Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, it's because it's between us and the Blues.
Yep.
Again, I think one of us is definitely going to have a fan base advantage in that one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I living in near St. Louis. The hatred towards the Blackhawks here and the Cubs is next level.
oh, trust me, I'm aware. We hate
Next
St. Louis too.
level.
Which I gotta say, for the Blues fans, congrats. I'm so happy you guys finally won one in your lifetime. I know it only took you guys your entire franchise, and
Yep.
meanwhile, back in the 2010s, we won 3. I will not talk about what happened afterwards, but
You
we
guys
all
got
know.
Connor Bedard. You guys got Connor
Yep,
Bedard.
totally. Nothing else happened. Nothing else
Yep.
happened.
Nine out of
Nope,
nothing.
nope,
Yep.
nothing
Yep.
else.
Can't
But
remember. Nope.
I do remember online this day we got that first pick, how pissed off St. Louis was mainly.
Oh yeah. I have some obviously living like near St. Louis. I have a couple of coworkers who are Blues fans. We're watching the lottery draft of like whatever like team's gonna pick first. When it landed on Chicago, they were like, "It's rigged. It's rigged," and stormed off.
Yeah,
I was at work at the time, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Oh well, not my team.
Yeah,
I'm just here for
good
lottery.
choice. Good choice. I as a Chicago fan, I hate Wisconsin and St. Louis
Yep, that
mostly.
seems alright. Speaking of St. Louis, Battlehawks. Let's talk about
Oh
that.
yes, let's go to the team that didn't mostly disappoint me this year.
Yeah, they were doing so great at the beginning.
If McCarron just didn't get injured in that game, I think we won. I would say we'd be in the championship right now.
I don't know about that. I'll be honest. I don't
No,
know. The offense in the first half against San Antonio was kind of like whatever.
I'm just saying it's not. It's just we were outplayed, outcoached,
Yeah.
out everything. I can't even lie. I just hope next year. I just know that a lot of our roster might be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like Akeem the Dream, he's probably
he's gone.
He's off to the
Jacob
NFL.
Sailors is gone. He's probably gone.
I don't even know if McCarron's gonna be back into football. He might be done because that was a pretty bad injury.
Yeah. What was even the injury?
I think it was like sprained something, or like sprained that kept him out. But mainly what he said during the championship round that he felt like shit. So
yeah, I did see that interview.
I can't even lie. I don't see any reason why he'd come back and not just spend the time with his kids.
Yeah, unless he wants his kids to watch football or see him play football.
Yeah, well, obviously he's not going to the NFL.
No,
everyone has seen him play.
Yeah.
I do wonder in the UFL what quarterbacks are gonna get a shot.
Tom Brady. No. Honestly, I think.
Well, you started saying Tom Brady. He was an NFL quarterback. He's retired.
He's gonna be at the championship this Sunday.
Really?
Yeah,
I genuinely wonder how
I
many
think
people are going to be there due to the St. Louis.
I have tickets. I live 20 minutes away from the Dome, so
You
I was
got
able to go to a lot of Battlehawks games this year. I only missed like two. I missed the home opener, and then their second home game just because I wasn't.
yeah.
I
I
was
remember.
just into my. I love the Battlehawks,
Yeah,
but
I
I
remember.
just didn't go.
Yeah, I remember. I remember in the group chat in the Cult of
Yep.
Call, you always talked about it. You were the
Yep.
ones that set up the Cult of Call photo. The
Yep, the
poster.
Colts Call sign. I have it hanged up in my room because I don't know what else to do with it.
So yes, I am now inside your walls. I'm
Yep.
now on your walls.
Yep.
But yeah, the season was pretty fun though.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I
I
had a
mean,
great time.
don't forget when we had Manny Wilkins started and we started an entire
Oh, I
nickname
love that. That
due
was a
to
great. That
due
was a
to
great 2 weeks.
yeah, wasn't it like I think it was like due to just Google search and we just started
Yeah,
calling him that.
I forgot who did it, but they put Sammy in random like word generator, and that it came up with that.
Yeah, and then we deleted it once he lost.
Yeah, once he threw 4 interceptions on a quarter.
Yeah, we had some fun. It just sucks it ended that way.
Yeah, I had the glimmer of hope in the third quarter when San Antonio fumbled and
Yeah, we
we
recovered.
returned it for a touchdown. I'm like, no way, are we gonna come back? It's like, are we actually gonna win this game? And then we got decimated. I'm like, nope, never mind.
Is it weird that I don't even think I'm gonna be able to watch the championship game due to it being on Father's Day?
That honestly, yeah, that's kind of bad part of the UFL. That's kind of
Yeah.
bad on their part.
Yeah, they
'Cause
should have. They honestly should have waited till next Sunday.
yeah.
Just because people, if they watched it, if their team isn't in it, they're probably not going to watch it due to it being Father's Day. So
Yeah. As I said, I have tickets. I'm just still debating if I want to go because it's Father's
well, I mean,
Day,
if
and I really don't want to leave my
well,
father.
if you don't go, then you could sell your tickets to someone.
Yeah, I could do that.
Ooh, nice pitch.
But I'm also, I think people in our group chat, I think they're going as well. So I think, what was it? What's her name? Oh, what's her name?
What?
Amira. I basically call her
the Giants fan.
Yeah, the Giants fan. Basically, the admin of the Cult to Call.
Yeah, I
She
know
had
what you mean.
tickets, and her seat was right next to mine, and I'm like, oh wow. But then she
Well,
had to sell her tickets.
Then
So I think.
one day in the future, the Cult of Call has to do a meetup at one of the games.
Oh yeah.
Get a photo, everything. No,
Yeah,
replace our heads with our PFPs.
Yeah.
That would be funny as hell. Can't even lie. But yeah,
I wanted for everyone on that band that sign, but there was just way too many people.
Yeah, I'm glad I got on though. That's all I care about. I got on. Okay, so I gotta say though, it's funny because I didn't even. It's so funny that somehow I despise pretty much every single St. Louis team, yet I cheer for one.
I mean, there's no UFL team in Chicago.
There won't be for a while because it's kind of already taken by another team. So the Bears, but yeah, I don't. Even if there was a team in Chicago, I don't think that I'd stop cheering for the Battlehawks. I'm too ingrained.
Yep, that's our.
I've been a fan since what 2020 or something. I don't remember when it started.
Yeah, it started actually, I believe, in 2002, and then it.
Well, I meant this one.
The new one, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean. I meant not the one with the. Wait, is he exiting? Is that Wicks exiting? Why is he injured? Why is Wicks out the game? Sorry.
Sorry.
Our starting pitcher just randomly went out of the game, and I don't know why. Oh God, is he injured? What?
Check Twitter.
I'm doing that now. Sorry, this is important to me. I want to make sure.
All good. If I was watching the Bengals and Joe Burrow got hurt, I would be on Twitter. Just keep scrolling.
Oh no.
Patriots officially have retired the number 12. Yeah, that seems about right.
Oh my God, he's injured.
No.
Wait, one of our starting pitchers. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Oh, great. In the second inning too. Can we? Is that Kyle Hendrick?
Oh, that's a spider. Get the shit out of me.
Oh no, it's Kyle Hendricks. We lost. Anyway, back to what I was saying about football. I know I came on here to talk about that. What did you think? I have a question for you about the
Yep.
Battlehawks. What did you think overall of the team? Like, what would you grade it? The defense, offense, special teams.
I would honestly rate it a B plus. I really liked their defense of how they stood up the second half of the season. Our offense really got worse for the last 3 games. Even though they put up 50 points against DC, that seems like a while ago. I just think the offense could have done way more. I think the coaches could have stopped drawing up screenplays. I feel like we always saw that every 5 seconds with the Battlehawks. They should have taken more risk. Like, I know you can't just throw the deep ball every time, but you gotta let AJ throw. I feel like we kept just running the ball, and it wasn't helping. Sometimes it would work with Sailors, but it's unfortunately whatever.
Yeah, well, it was a fun season at least.
Oh, yeah.
We did better than most teams.
Yeah, Butler is gonna go to the NFL. Sailors might as well. This team's gonna look so different. I just don't know who our QB is gonna be. Who's our main guy? I think
Kenny Wilkins.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen.
Kenny Wilkins is coming back.
Which in that case, I'm all right with that. Hopefully, he definitely improves.
If that happens, the cult of call is coming back to Kenny Wilkins.
Yep,
we're making it again.
I'll be honest. I don't mind him. Just that one quarter where he just kept throwing pick after pick after pick was like, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, if he wants to come back to the Battlehawks, which I don't think he has any other choice, he better have learned a lot from McCarron. If McCarron doesn't come back, I wouldn't be mad if McCarron didn't come back.
How old is AJ? He's 33.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a long career both in the NFL and the XFL, UFL. So I wouldn't be mad if he didn't come back. It's just he would probably want to spend time with his family, but I don't speak for him, so I don't know.
I personally, I think he'll come back for one more year and then he'll call it. But I'm just here.
It would be nice for him to end his football career winning a championship.
Yeah.
I think I'd see the same, that he comes back for one more year and then it's done.
Yeah.
He'd be 34 at that point, or 35.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I got on the Battlehawks. I'm sorry, I'm very bad at podcasting.
You're good. I'm not that good either. I've only done 3 episodes so far, and it's really of just keeping pace, so there's no quiet. But
no quiet. Got it.
No quiet.
Just silent for the next 20 minutes.
Yep.
Refuse to speak.
I also have this, I like to call it speech impediment, where I just mumble my words, and sometimes I make a sentence where it's easy to understand and to make it harder.
Well, you're sounding really good, so
appreciate that. So I want to ask you, out of all the NFC North teams, who you hate the most? Is it Green Bay?
Okay, so I can easily say Green Bay, rivalry-wise, but honestly, it's the Vikings. Okay. It is the Vikings just because of how annoying mainly their fans and all of it has been. Because congrats, you guys got the best core. Congrats, you guys are totally going to win this year. I remember in 2022, they were just going off and off, and then look what happened. They lose to Daniel Jones. It's just annoying how annoying all of it can be. I get it. You have Justin Jefferson. You have the greatest quarterback ever all the time, but you can't win anything. When's the last time you've even made a Super Bowl? The Lions have gotten closer than you have. It's just so annoying. That I hate them more than the Packers at this point. But it's not team-wise, but that's just mainly the fan base. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the teams, it's 100% the Packers. No, I would hope they say the same for us. I doubt it, though. We are kind of the little brother, after all.
Yeah, the Packers kind of been owning y'all since.
I know. I've heard it all. This time it'll totally be different, though. I'm not saying that we'll also crying, because I know it's probably not true.
Hey, Green Bay has their third Hall of Fame QB in the books.
No, I'm hoping that they pay him a ton of money and then he just sucks. That'd be nice. Don't act like you wouldn't want it either. Don't act like you would want Jordan Love to become a Hall of Famer, or you wouldn't want that either. So nobody would want it. Nobody wants a third straight Green Bay Hall of Famer.
I'll be honest, me personally, I'm just here. It really doesn't affect my team, whatever. I'm a Bengals fan, if anyone doesn't know. So, like, it's whatever to me. I found it funny when they got Packers drafted Jordan Love. I thought it was a stupid move, but it's
I did too. I mean, I remember a lot of people. I remember a lot of people were making fun of their pick this year for a guy named Jordan, but last time I made fun of that, he ended up toasting my team. So, oh, thank you. I'm not doing that again. Honestly, I would say more about the Bears at this point, but I basically said. Okay, another thing I want to point out. Cole Kmet is a top 5 tight end. He just has been stuck with a bad quarterback play. You're all going to see it. He's better than Sam Laporta, better than TJ Hawkinson, not better than Kittle or Kelsey. I won't say that. He's a top 5 tight end. People just don't see it yet. Jalen Johnson is the best cornerback in the league as well. And DJ Moore is a top 10 receiver. People still debate all this. So that's what I'm going to say.
Good. DJ Moore's pretty good.
It's just that people feels like people are calling him not even like top 10 or top 15 or even top 20. It's like, it's not his fault. He's been stuck with such shitty play in quarterbacks. It's just, I don't know. It annoys me that I have to explain this. And even if Jalen Johnson isn't the best cornerback, he's at least top 5. Top 3, actually. At least number 3. I'm tired of debating this. He's the best. He's one of the best. He wore number 33 for the Bears at some point before switching, so he's basically guaranteed a Hall of Fame career. Last cornerback who wore 33 was Charles Tillman. So that's all I'm saying. Hall of Fame career.
All good.
I have a lot of hot takes, honestly.
Yeah, you're all good. You are good. You're supportive of your team. I love that.
A bit too supportive sometimes. I did kind of defend the Claypool trade way too much. So that was too much.
Oh, I forgot you guys have Chase Clay. Oh,
no, we don't. We got rid of him.
Oh, he got rid. Okay, I can't remember. He switched from team to team so many times. I can never remember.
Well, you see, I don't even know what team he's on anymore. Honestly, I'm gonna look that up.
Oh, I think he's in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, he's on Buffalo. He might be their wide receiver 1 at that point.
He is in. Yep, he's Buffalo.
Yep.
I remember when he said, "I'm a top 5 wide receiver," and then started dancing. Oh no, that was Juju.
He also said losing never hurt of her. He did in fact lose a lot. He lost his job.
He lost his job.
Yeah. Eventually he's gonna make it back. All I'm saying is eventually he will in fact make it back to Canada, where he's from. If it wasn't clear for everyone, I have a lot of hot takes.
It's all good. All good.
They may be crazy, but nobody can doubt how loyal I am.
No. I try to keep my insane on the internet to a minimum, just because I don't know. I just don't want to go off the rails. But whenever I'm watching a Bengals game on TV, I'm absolutely losing my mind.
Well, I mean, I think that's for some reason I thought you were about to say something like you were trying to keep your bias out of things, which I'm not.
No.
In fact, you did bring me on to talk about the Bears. So
yeah, no, I brought you on to talk about the Bears.
I'm sorry, I thought that's what you meant, but yeah.
No, this is what Fan Talk's all about. Whenever I invite someone on about either NFL, UFL, MLS, NHL, I'm here to talk about their fandom, the fans base of whatever city, what team.
Yeah, so basically, I'm just so everyone knows, I basically represent majority of the Bears fan base. Delusional, insane, and definitely crazy. And we are way too loyal to a team that keeps hurting us. We're pretty much all the same, except and then our second set of fans is the old guys who can't get past 1985. Even though they still seem to think that you can win in this league by only running the ball, like we still have Walter Payton back there. Foul.
Oh, the Euros are going on right now.
I hope America wins. I hope America wins the European League. That makes sense.
Maybe.
That makes sense.
They
America
might.
should just qualify.
Yeah.
Wait,
I know Copa America is going on.
I recently just figured out that existed. I didn't even know
Yeah.
it did. I don't pay attention much to soccer, but I did not know that we have an entire American tournament. And then I found out we won last time.
Yeah, just I know we're talking about football, but switching up with football. Yeah, we have Copa America, we got MLS. That they have the I think it's MLS Cup. No, that's the main cup. Forgot what tournament.
Well, for anything, go Red Stars, go Fire, and go USA. I guess.
Yep.
You know, I always got to stick with Chicago.
That's all good. All good.
Also, I also forgot to say, go Sky, Angel Reese, gonna save us. That definitely wouldn't create controversy by saying that. But
WNBA drama, I think it's hilarious. But
no, I just kind of laugh. I laugh at it all. I'm just joking about all the stuff that happened. People have been saying I don't pay as much attention. It's more just like it's sports. Athletes fight.
Yeah.
I mean, we all saw the beef years ago between Josh Norman and OBJ.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was great to watch.
The game where Josh Norman made OBJ hit a net.
I will rewatch that, like, highlights of that game. I don't know how, like, both of them didn't get ejected.
Because I guess 2017, 2018 NFL or whatever it was a very different time.
I think it was 2015 when the Panthers were on that dynasty run.
Yeah, that was the MVP year. When did OBJ get drafted?
I'm
looking that up. Oh, 2014. That's right.
Yep.
He was a top 10 pick, I think. Didn't he end up winning a Super Bowl too?
Yeah, with the Rams.
Oh, I forgot. He's one of those players that just pops around the league. They remember.
Yeah, Miami now.
Yeah, he used to be He used to be one of the best receivers in the league, who had an insane catch, and that managed to literally change up Madden gameplay forever. Or not forever, more like it changed it up for about 2 years. I don't know. Some of these players in this league are those guys like Chase Claypool. You go, oh, he exists. He's still around. Here. Yeah, I didn't remember OBJ existed until he signed with the Dolphins. I mean, I'm trying to think. Since we mentioned players, I'm not sure if anyone heard this since I was already talking about it before, but did anyone know a few months ago Antonio Brown caused an entire arena football team to go extinct by not paying the bills?
I remember that. I remember seeing
everything he touches, it turns on fire. Everything. So there you go, kids. There's your lesson for today, kids, by franchise. Don't bankrupt an entire team single-handedly. Pay your bills. They took down Al Capone. Remember, they took down Al Capone through tax evasion. So pay your bills.
Take care of your kids.
Don't pull an Antonio Brown.
Just
do not call your GM a cracker. Celebrate when you're released. Go show up in practice on a hot air balloon. What else did he do? Make sure you wear a regulation helmet.
Throw a couch off a hotel balcony.
Don't become a terrible rapper at some point.
Just don't be Antonio Brown.
Don't be Antonio. There's your real lesson of this stream. Just don't be Antonio Brown. That's what we should change it to. Don't be Antonio Brown. The episode.
So someone could honestly say, hey, but he has a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, but guess what? It doesn't have didn't he get arrested?
He barely got that. Yeah. No, he didn't get arrested. He then a year later, quite literally, walked off the field shirtless. He ran off that game.
Dude, I was on my couch. I don't know if the Bengals were playing at the time, but I was on my couch. They showed it on ESPN. I'm like, no, that's gotta be fake. I go on Twitter and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's real.
Yeah, I remember. I swear I remember seeing that. It was like during a Bears game, I think, or something. I was like on halftime or on a commercial break, and I'm like, Antonio Brown why is he trending? Oh my God, Antonio Brown did what? And you just see him strutting off the field. I really thought it was photoshopped or something until I saw a live video from a guy there. I'm like, nope, that's real.
I was on my I don't know why. It's like this memory of like you have things that you know like where you were at the time when it happened. This is one event in my life that I know exactly where I was on my left side of my couch watching I think Bengals versus whoever. I go on my phone and I'm just dying laughing on the floor.
Yeah, I was literally, I had to like, I wasn't even watching the Bears game at that point. We were probably losing anyway. I don't remember when, but I just remember watching like he did what now? Why is he took over the chance to play with the greatest QB of all time, maybe for a second ring, only for that. God, there's your lesson for the day, kids. Do not be Antonio Brown.
Just don't be Antonio Brown. I'm gonna tweet that. Just don't be AB.
Oh God, you're actually gonna do it. Don't be Antonio Brown. There's your lesson. Franchise. Don't be Antonio Brown. Franchise 2024. What was some? Okay, I don't know much. Oh, please catch that. Please catch that. Oh, nice. Nice catch, Hap. I don't know much longer I'll be here, but I will say, this time, can the Bears stop drafting first round busts, please? I'm really tired of it. I mean, I think the last time we drafted a receiver in the first round was Kevin White. So hopefully Adunze isn't like that. Yeah, that is the last time we drafted a receiver round 1. Jesus. I think. Yep, it was.
So I had to tweet that out.
I know. I was just remembering that, since we finally drafted another receiver round 1. It is true. The last time we did that was Kevin White in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
9 years ago. Please do not be Kevin White, Adunze.
Just don't be Kevin White.
Well, he's actually practicing, so that's a big bonus. That's a big plus from last time we did this. I do seriously wonder. I don't think he's like going to win Rookie of the Year or have 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
I do because he's currently a wide receiver 3. I do wonder what Waldron will do with the Dunze in the offense.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Bears, because every year I feel whenever I make a predictions video or for whatever, I'm like, all right, do I give someone the Bears hope? Because I feel like the Bears have the offense and somewhat decent defense.
I mean, defensive wise, majority of the years, defensive wise, we have one of the best usually. So that's never an issue for me. It's just that offense it's the quarterback. It's always a quarterback. So I would not be surprised if people don't rank us super highly, and I wouldn't blame them. But I just hope that this year proves that we have a franchise quarterback. There's what I want.
I'm watching the Euros right now. They just turned it on.
I'm watching the Cubs right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle Hendricks is back.
0-0.
Yeah, well, we have Kyle Hendricks back in batting, and he's not been great this year, but he usually owns the Cardinals, so that's a good pitch. How long have we? Oh shit! It's almost been an hour.
That's
so
all good.
I'm gonna be honest. I basically talked to everything I can about Battlehawks, the sports.
You're all good. I really appreciate you joining, coming on, talking about Chicago.
There is one thing I haven't talked about. Mm-hmm. Tory motherfucking Taylor, the crocodile punter. I got to talk about him. I just have to talk about him. Last thing, because that'll probably be the last thing I'll talk about. I want to talk about all of our rookies. What I think about them. Obviously, we've all heard what I said about Caleb. What more is there to say? But Adunze, we've heard that. I'm just talking about our next. Kieran Ama, I can't pronounce the last name. I'm just going to call him Kieran. Our offensive tackle from Yale. He played some guard. I think he could be a really good either depth piece or potentially a starter at guard or tackle. I don't have much to say about these other guys just because they were late round. Austin Booker, a 5th round guy. I hope he can develop. His comparison is Max Crosby, actually. Oh. So I hope he can develop into something like that. He has the same defensive line. I think he has the same guy. I think we have the same guy who taught Max Crosby with him, training him, or maybe it's a personal thing, but that's always good. And then my favorite rookie we drafted besides Adunze and Caleb, Tory Taylor. The entirety of Iowa's offense. Yeah, he basically was. If you go to Iowa, if you're a punter, go to the Iowa Hawkeyes. To anybody out there, if you want to be a punter in the NFL, go to the Iowa Hawkeyes or Vanderbilt Commodores. You are guaranteed a ton of playtime. But he's
their ratings in the college football game. It's probably fake, but I saw their defense. What was it?
It was like something 90, which their defense
90, offense 70.
The Iowa defense is always great.
Yeah,
that is always elite. It's their special teams is always elite. It's the fact that they still have not figured out what an offense is in a quarterback. I saw their quarterback playing Michigan and get absolutely blown out.
Yeah.
I didn't even know who that guy was. Like, do they just recruit random people? Do they just sign anybody who shows up?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I may rebuild them in the college football game.
I'm 100%. Make sure you actually recruit quarterbacks. No. You know how to do something elite if you want to rebuild them. Don't ever recruit a quarterback. Just take on the walk-on.
Yeah.
There's a guy on YouTube who did an entire Iowa defensive only rebuild with Iowa, only playing defense. That's how you do it. I'm not even joking. I might actually do that. I might actually just refuse to recruit a quarterback in Iowa.
I'm debating on who I want to rebuild first.
Whoever ends up being the lowest rated team, I'm 100% going to rebuild.
It's gonna be Vanderbilt.
No, come on. I mean, like, not in the division. I meant overall. Whoever it is, probably one of the new teams. I'm going to rebuild them.
Yeah.
Definitely going to rebuild Vanderbilt. And if you do an online dynasty and you choose an already elite team to rebuild, there's something wrong with you.
I know why people do it. It's like, hey, you want to win championships now, but the point of dynasty mode is to rebuild a bad organization.
What, you're gonna take over Alabama because Nick Saban just left, even though they got another elite coach? Like, no. You got to choose a group of 5 team to rebuild to bring into championships. That's how you do it.
I'm probably gonna rebuild Hawaii.
That's always a fun team to rebuild.
I've done it on Retro Bowl. I've won so many championships.
I just finished a career I just had like 20 years or something where I rebuilt the Houston Texans on Retro Bowl. 13 championships, 2 undefeated seasons, multiple MVP awards. My tight end got an Offensive Player of the Year award. So there we go. Hire me as head coach, Houston. I rebuilt the team on an app game. I did it.
Right now I am on the Kansas State Jayhawks. I gotta see how many championships I've won. I can't remember.
I think the one team I'm definitely gonna rebuild, also is a local Illinois team. I gotta do Northwestern.
NIU.
Them too, but like, I'm gonna rebuild all 3. You know, if they have FCS in the game, I'm gonna rebuild all those guys too. All Illinois schools, every single one of them.
That's about right.
Yep, that's it. I'll rebuild Western Illinois or Illinois State. I don't know, all of them.
I don't know. I think I got like 7 championships on Retro Bowl. 5 with Kansas. 2 with.
I'm currently updating all like the uniforms and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm almost done. But once I do that tonight, I'm gonna start a rebuild on some whatever the lowest rated team in the FBS they hire me for. They allow me to join. So I completely lost track what I was talking about. Tory Taylor. Before I go, I will say Tory Taylor, his punts are incredible. If you don't know, the Bears punter Trenton Gill was the 32nd ranked punter last year, the last in the league. So he was pretty bad. So I've seen his punts. I think we should call him Legatron.
Legatron.
We've heard of Megatron in the NFL.
Trademark that.
Yep, his names are the Crocodile, the punter down under. You know, he's Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Crocodile punter and Legatron. Hey, punters, you can laugh at drafting a punter, but when you need a late punt to pin a team down at the 1-yard line, then you won't be laughing.
You got it.
I mean, he was the best rated punter since Pat McAfee. And again, like I said, if you ever want to be a punter in the NFL, go to Iowa. They are guaranteed playtime.
Yep.
You're guaranteed 14 punts a game.
Guaranteed.
You're guaranteed to still make it to the Big Ten championship, but you're also guaranteed to be the entire reason they made it there.
Yep.
Expect now that they don't have Torrey Taylor, expect Iowa's offensive season to drop by at least 6 wins.
They're still gonna make the Big Ten championship for some reason.
Yeah, because they play in the West, which is I don't know if they still have divisions in the Big Ten now, but they played
I
in the
don't think
worst part.
so.
They played in the West part of the Big Ten. Big Ten, the weak one, the one where your number one competition is Illinois and Nebraska.
I can't wait for college football.
Oh
Can't
man,
wait.
my dog's hopefully going all the way, but yeah, I cannot wait. It's gonna be real. I cannot wait for college football 25.
I've already called off that day from work.
I'm tomorrow when I go into work. I'm gonna maybe call it off. I don't know. Probably not, but I need money.
My coworker said you're dumb, but I'm like, I've waited people waited 11 years for this game to come out.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Anyway, I think
I'm not gonna get any sleep.
I'm literally gonna be like as soon as GameStop opens on that day. You know, it's just like it's like the guy isn't even like it's like as soon as the guy opens up the key to open up the door, you just see me in my face pressed up at the front of it and breathing heavily. Like I want the game. I have it ordered.
I'll pre-order digitally, but I may go get a physical copy because why not?
I got it physically because I want to actually feel. I want to hold it in my hand. I want to kiss the cover. But basically, I'm literally just gonna be like pressed up against the door, waiting for it to open. And they haven't even like gotten all the games out. Nope, I'm here now. Where is it? Literally, I'm basically gonna be like the guy from the Hobbit or whatever it was. My Gollum, my precious, my precious. Yeah, I mean, basically me. Now I think it's what time? Yeah, I think it might be time. I'm pretty much done with talking about sport. I talked about.
It's all good. All good. I really appreciate you coming on and talking about the entire fandom of the Bears.
Yeah, if you need me again, just let me know.
I got you. Appreciate you joining.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I am off, so have a good one, everyone. Bye.
That was Franchise, guys. Really appreciate him coming on to talk about the Chicago Bears and his fandom, and even the Cubs. That was amazing. If there's anyone else, oh, there it is. My phone is getting spammed. Anyway, thank you guys, everyone, for watching. I really appreciate it. Episode 4. I don't know when it will come out, but definitely gonna do this again in the future. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Everyone, have a good night. Good night, good day. Have a good day.